Hello, today is the day of shocks and surprises. How are you?
Hi, good morning, good morning.
Acha, hello, Acha, you are handsome. Okay.
Hi, how are you?
Evening. All right.
Anshuman, you came
So we are audible?
before he's leaving now. And you gave us 3 months.
I said that when I want to meet Anshuman before I leave in one day.
Please get onto the Zoom also over here because we need to share the screen.
He's always ready.
He's ready? Ever ready. Are we good to go?
Is the presentation open? Sharing multiple commenting. Please go, I think I'll better. No, if I make him.
Huh? Okay. So I think we're good to go. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. And our distinguished guests. Okay, let's get those energy levels up because we are about to start a spectacular Toastmaster meeting today. Okay, I can see this room buzzing with a lot of potential. So, as your host, Sergeant Rams Ronald Alvarez, it's my job to make sure we start this meeting at the right time. But today, anyway. So, let's start the day with an exciting theme. We call upon Toastmaster Kimberly to give us a head start. Can we all stand up, please? Okay.
Okay, good morning, Toastmasters. Let's start the day with exercise to awaken yourself. Okay.
Oh my God. Oh.
Okay. That space, please touch your toes.
That's the doors?
Touch your toes.
Anybody?
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 Somebody's.
Okay. Lap behind. Now I hope you all are awake.
Yes. Thank you, TM Gibbon. You all welcome to the 124th meeting of New Start Toastmasters Club. Okay. Okay. Nutrition and Lifestyle Promoting Club. New Start Toastmasters. Now, what New Start stands for? N stands for nutrition, E for exercise, W for water, S for sunlight, T for temperature, A for air, R for rest, and T for trust. I think that's most important, that we should share that trust among all of us. Yeah. There are some ground rules that we all need to follow over here. So first of all of you all put your phones on silent. We don't encourage talking about sex, politics, and religion in any of our meetings. Please respect all the speakers who come on stage. Give them a round of applause when they come and motivate them. As this venue has been given to us, we need to keep this venue spick and span the way it's given to us, and we hand it over back to them in the same way. Okay. Can we all also stand up once again and put your hands on your chest and talk about, recite the club mission along with me. Okay. I guess all of you all have this in front of you. Okay. Our Toastmasters club mission.
Our
Club mission is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Thank you so much. Please have a seat. Now, some information about this venue, especially for the distinguished guests. This is the exit. Only one entry and exit. On to the left and to the right, you have a female washroom and a male's washroom. In case of any emergency, please don't use the lift, go down for the staircase. That's it. Thank you so much. Now, let's call upon our president, DTM Anita. DTM Anita, let me share a small introduction about herself. Of course, it's not small, it looks quite big, but I try to compress it as much as possible. DTM Anita holds a postgraduate in remote sensing physics. I don't know, most of us may not even know what is remote sensing, but she's done that, master's, okay? Has been an entrepreneur since 2014, so 10 years today. She has been a mentor in communication and personal development for teenagers and brought in more than 60 people to Toastmasters so far. Also has the proud feeling that she has been instrumental in setting up 4 clubs so far. So now, currently developing custom tools for Toastmasters meetings, such as tailored agenda. Now, in her case, she thinks she has to challenge her own self. Means she's trying to better herself every day. And with this, she sees that you are always learning. There is never an end to that. So with this introduction of DTM Anita, I call upon DTM Anita to take over the.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's give him a very big round of applause. Ronald is one person who's been very strict about timings, and we've spoiled him also. Anyways, thank you so much, Toastmaster Ronald, and welcome one and all to our 124th meeting. And with the power vested in me as the president of New Start Toastmasters Club, I declare meeting number 124 open. With the gavel, yes. So moving on to today's session. Firstly, I know we are a little late, 10 minutes late. We'll catch it up very soon. But then I would want to say one very important thing for Toastmasters here is we got this venue back, right? I mean, it was quite a thing that was happening. We were the XCOM was brewing with different ideas. We had so many things that were happening, and we knew that the venue cost, you might be knowing better, when venue costs are really bad, really high. So per meeting, it's somewhere starting with 200 if you get the libraries, to about 400, 500, 600 per meeting. Sometimes it is per hour 200. So with all these things happening, the only thing that was kept was trust in God. And we kept going. And then I get this call just a couple of days back, Prasad, just a couple of days back, from a gentleman who's been working here. And now he's working with another esteemed organization group. And he, he realized that he's heading a team, a good team of 150 people. And he said, Anita, the Toastmasters is very vital. And I want to be a part of the Toastmasters Club. He was here. He was a part of it. He said, I want to be a part of it. Then I said, why not? You can start off one there. It falls in the district 105, but we can always get you all connected. But then he said, forget about starting one club. First, let me become, one Toastmaster again. So I said, why not? You can come online to our meetings whenever it is possible. Try to see if you can fix it. And then, as we were having this conversation, I'm just telling you how relationship can build something really fruitful for you all. As we were having, I said, see, we're out of NMC suddenly. We don't know what to do. So he said, I'll give you one number. Because I was trying with the HR group. It was not happening. Recruitment was happening there for the secretary. So he gave me one number. Trust me, in 10 minutes, I got 3 calls. It was like, what's happening? So when I put it on my XCOM group, when you actually, you're determined to make this happen, I can still feel it. The universe conspires to make it happen for you. And it did make it happen for me. And within no time, people started talking. Yesterday, it was like, go ahead. They're giving us a bigger hall. But today, I think they have this slot at 11 o'clock, it starts off. So we can't put ourselves there. So we said, okay, we'll take the VIP lounge, and we got this. Now, what is the essence of this big story is keep your relationship intact. You're sitting next to a guest, try talking to that person. Make that person a good friend of yours. Keep in touch. More than anything, keep in touch, right? It's very important to keep in touch in today's day. Whoever it is, hello, how are you? It's been a while, you've not come. Like, so if you just answer, Bhatia is not coming, or somebody else is not coming, or a person who's been here but not coming in the recent past, just message, we're missing you, come back. And message from your heart, it helps. And so did Ronald help me with another beautiful contact, because we're going to Goa in the month of December. And he just fixed me with somebody who was just living right where we are booking the resort. Can you believe this? So, it's like such a beautiful thing this Toastmasters is doing with each of us. It helped me in my business. And I'm pretty sure it must have helped each of you in so many ways. Where you looked at the mirror and said, no, you're worth nothing. It must have made you feel that, am I worth so much, right? So please remember this transformation that's happening with each one of you. And there's such that hidden innate talent in each of you, which only this lab can bring it out. Why? Because nobody's going to criticize you for being you over here. So just come here, enjoy this place. Don't think about timings. Don't think about the stringencies. Just come here and enjoy. I started with stringencies. I was like so there, and I got into like cortisol production. Then I said, no, this is a place where you need to come and relax, enjoy yourself. So do that. All right. So we don't have we do have somebody who's come for the first time. Can I get your name once again, sir? Shrikant. Shrikant, we are here. I'll just take you quickly through what Toastmasters is. Maybe Prasad must have already told you about it. Still, we are in a district. It's called the District 127. It's a medium small district that has been formed very recently. And in District 127, we are about 143 to 45 clubs as of now. So in 145 clubs, roughly you'll have 10 people to 40 people, depending, which is very rare, 40 people. Like Sharjah Toastmasters must be having, some clubs do have 40 people, Tejas has. So ideally it is 10 to 15 people per club. And every fortnight we meet, depending whichever Saturday, Sunday, whatever is comfortable, we meet for 2 hours minimum. Okay. It might go a little beyond that, but that's again left to the club rules. Now, having said that, what else we do over here, if you can look at the presentation, is Our goals at the meeting is to come with some prepared speeches, or when you're called to give an impromptu speech, you're supposed to be able to do it better. Then the second goal that we have here is whoever is giving a speech, there are people who have already completed the speech, they will give an evaluation of your speech. The third most important thing is leadership assignments. Like if you are the Toastmaster of the day, you have a big, brave assignment there. You need to collate with everyone, bring all the material here, and then produce it in front of in the meeting. Then, yeah, these are our past presidents, glorious past presidents we've had, and especially Rajalakshmi, I would love to mention here, and Prasad as my Vice President Education, I would love to mention Rajalakshmi, because it was just she's just picked it up, and it was Anshuman was the Vice President Education. So did me and Prasad. We had a battle almost every day. And then, yes, Ram Prasad and Prasad took over when we were almost there down. So he just took it and then tried to float it up again. And here today, I am again here back as the president. But having said this, we are looking at people who are new, who've never taken the leadership role, to start holding the gavel with pride in hand and start taking this ship, steering it further. Okay, for people who are already into Toastmasters also, lot of times we just do the projects that we have to do. 2 electives, 1 mandatory, 3 electives, 1 mandatory, and khalas, it's over. But no, if you really take things seriously, the projects teach you life skills, 300 life skills. Okay, now it's going to be little less because it's going to be only 6 parts from 11 parts, but you can learn how to prepare for an interview and also how to be an interviewer if you are in the HR or if you are a manager. Online meeting management, everyone needs to know this. It's mandatory to do. Then leadership development, yes, by taking small roles to collaborating with the entire team. Project management, like right from creating a project proposal to executing one, you have projects. Okay, so please don't take it light. Conflict resolution, there might be a small conflict that's happening. Somebody says I'm comfortable on Saturday, somebody says I'm comfortable on Friday. How do you resolve this in your club? Begin with that, then we go on to the other ones. Yes, 11 parts, we are moving into 6 parts now. So for all of those who are already hanging there out of those 6 parts, nothing to worry, because you can still get the material in many places, and Basecamp is still open for you to submit your projects. So please hurry up in case you have not completed. And electives you can do aram se. You can do that later. I'll get to that. I think leadership, presentation mastery is still there. Visionary communication is gone. And yeah, we'll get to that. That's not a problem. Yeah. And engaging with humor is there. Effective coaching is there. Leadership development is there. Innovative planning is gone. Motivational strategies is there. Okay, come down. Next slide, Cruz. Are we done? Perfect. So having said this, for each one of you who has taken up, it's your duty to see a transformation in yourselves in the next 6 months. Your mentor will help you. But if you are not going behind the mentor, forget it. Okay, this is something which I sing in every place. So with that, let's just quickly have Shrikant's introduction. Shrikant, if you could just stand or come here and give us your introduction. Who has introduced you to this club, and what's your, please stand up.
Hi everyone, my name is Shrikant. I'm working as an software developer in Etisalat, and my colleague along with Mr. Prasad. And it happened to see that Mr. Rupesh from the same club has been, I saw him keeping an ad or some his
Flyers?
no, he has kept his meeting images in the LinkedIn. And then
yeah.
I've been hearing about Toastmasters from a long time, from in different media, different channels, but never got to know what's it about. But then I had a hint. I see something is going behind. Then I asked Rupesh, I'm just interested in it. I just want to know what it is about. Then he told me, okay, then why don't you come here? And then let's see what's happening around. Then this happened to be like, a conversation started 2 days back, and immediately he connected me to Mr. Cruz. And thanks to him, and he actually told me quickly that we can come over on the Saturday.
Yes.
And it is to be today, and I'm here.
Oh,
I just want to experience
Thank you
what
so
is going on.
much for coming in. We have this audio of shaking hands over here. The COVID is over.
Okay.
So that's how we greet each other. So we keep it going.
Okay.
And thank you so much, Shrikant. And I hope you will understand better when you see it in action happening here.
Wishful.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
So we have online our dear Dr. Anjali from Bhasha Toastmasters Club. Hi, Anjali. I know, I think I've minimized it there, but I will show it to you. So your introduction will be done by the Toastmaster of the day, so I'm not going to get into that part. And again, being a very bad president, I forgot to take the Toastmaster of the day's introduction. So what I will do is very smartly call him on the stage and ask him to introduce himself. Let's call our Club Vice President Education Toastmaster, Jai Shankar. Yeah, just you're tall, so probably your height. Okay, please introduce yourself to the club and to the guests and go ahead with your theme. No, I'll put it straight.
Okay.
Maybe you can go back.
Okay. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My name is Jai Shankar Vishwanathan. I am a chartered accountant working with the DP World Group as an assistant manager. Today, I will be the Toastmaster of the day for today's meeting. The theme today, what we have selected is procrastination. We are all aware or we have faced during our life. And now also, some of us will be facing the same. So I thought let us take this topic and go with the theme of the meeting. What is procrastination? Procrastination is putting off things or delaying the things. And we always find excuse to make the procrastination. And sometimes because of procrastination, we will lose some of the opportunity which we would have got in our life. If I want to talk about myself, while I was studying for the chartered accountancy course, I was procrastinating my studies and my writing the examination. So I delayed sometimes. Then I thought my purpose at that point is to become a chartered accountant. And I started visualizing what is the benefit I will be getting if I pass the chartered accountant, if I become a chartered accountant. So which motivated me and to become a chartered accountant. So let us go to the agenda of today's meeting. We are following the standard Toastmaster agenda. We have 3 sections. One is prepared speeches, where our members will be delivering a prepared speech based on the pathway selected. And the second one will be table topic section, which is also known as impromptu speech. The third section will be the evaluation, where the evaluators will be evaluating the speeches done by the prepared speeches. Now there are some role players. I want to introduce them. Our timer is Toastmaster Kimberly. She has started to this club. We together started almost 7 months. She is very passionate and enthusiastic Toastmaster club. Can you read out explain your role?
I will put the timer for this role. I will be timing the prepared speeches, and I will also be timing the improv, that is the table topic and evaluation.
Okay, there is actually a change in our agenda. Our grammarian and accountant didn't come, so our accountant and grammarian will be Toastmaster Ryan. So that change, please notice in your agenda. Toastmaster Ryan, can you please explain your role?
Yeah, so hi everyone, good morning. Yeah, so today I'll be your grammarian for today. And the role of a grammarian is to look at whether everyone's using the correct grammar in their sentence, making sure they're using the right words, and pointing out errors and correcting them if necessary.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Ryan. Now, in all Toastmaster meeting, we will learn one word. So for today's, there is one person going to introduce us a new word. He is a quality neuron insurance company, and he is in Dubai for the last 10 years. Let us welcome Toastmaster Nelson. Give a big round of applause to Nelson. Toastmaster Nelson, stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jaishankar. Thank you and welcome all Toastmasters to this word of the day.
Did I do it?
Just play the starting.
No, I think this is the first slide.
Okay, play it.
You want us to play?
Yes,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
play.
just-
Play, play.
Presentation.
That's what I did. It's going
Yeah.
on its own.
Yeah. Good morning, Toastmasters. And today I'm going to introduce to a new word. And the word of the day is ardent. You may feel an R over there, but it's silent. Ardent. Ardent. It means enthusiastic or passionate. In my word, you can say it's a die-hard fan. It's a local word I'm saying. It's a die-hard fan. You can just go with that. The origin of the word, it comes from Middle English, French, and Latin. Middle English, ardent, French, ardent, and ardentum. Synonyms are fierce, intense, passionate, zealous, and antonyms cool, lukewarm, impassioned, cold-blooded. So now let's go forward to some examples. From childhood, Mozart developed an ardent passion for instrument and music. It is my ardent desire to be a public speaker. They are ardent Messi fan. He is an ardent nature lover and likes to camp and hike. Now, you can keep these examples in mind, and we will be going to a Robin round, where you can use these examples to make your own example. As I said, it's a die-hard fan for something passionate. So you can use that word. So I'll just call upon some who will be willing to participate. Yes, Mr. Prasad.
I observed PM Jaishankar is has adult passion for Toastmasters.
Okay, Anshuman, can I have it time?
I was ardently listening to our president DTM Anita Naidu when she was giving her opening presidential speech.
Yeah.
Being part of the Toastmasters fraternity has made me an ardent, a very ardent speaker.
Yeah, great.
It has given me an ardent passion for speaking.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's perfect. Listen, yes.
If you're a fan of technology, you can't but help being an ardent follower of Elon Musk.
Okay.
Shikant, if you're ardent fan of something.
I'm an ardent fan of technology.
Our guest. I'm an ardent speaker. And that's why I have brought Toastmasters so that I can hone my skills.
I'm ardent to host a tabletop today.
Passion for something. Passion for something.
Nay.
I'm an ardent food lover. Or
I'll say, okay, never let your husband know what an ardent cook you are. Because then your life is made. Similarly, it's spicy or salty. Raghu was here in Singapore. Yeah.
so I'm thankful to all of you. This is the first time I'm seeing that most of them, more than 90%, have participated in the Robin round. This was very, I liked it.
Very
So-
simple, straightforward.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, and I will call upon.
Thank you, TM Nelson. What an ardent word. Before going to the next session, I want to ask you, all of us sitting here, who is the top procrastinator in this room? Who is saying the top procrastinator?
Definitely.
Okay. Top procrastinator. Now I want to know one thing, what you are procrastinating. First, I will go with Ryan. Why you are saying you are what you are procrastinating, or how you overcome that procrastination?
So, I procrastinate a lot with my uni assignments. So there was this assignment that was given to me like last just before I came to Dubai, the term that I just passed by, and like the assignment was given, I think 2.5 months or 3 months before the deadline, but I ended up starting just I think 10 days before the deadline, just procrastinating like I'm going to do it tomorrow, I'm going to do it tomorrow, I'm going to do it tomorrow, but I actually started it 10 days before the deadline.
Okay.
Yeah, and actually, I find it difficult overcoming procrastination. Sorry, excuse me. But some methods that I follow is that I try to prioritize. I try to finish off the time-consuming assignments first, so I can keep the short assignments first, so I can leave time for the time-consuming assignments later.
Okay.
So I keep that in mind. Try to make an objective for myself.
Okay. I will go with you. Your TMC.
For me, I used to feel that, okay, only when the pressure is on, and that's when I will kind of deliver the best. That was my excuse for procrastinating.
Okay.
But it's only recently that I realized that that is just an excuse.
It is an excuse. Yeah.
I need to get organized. My speakers.
You okay?
Actually, in the past, I used to procrastinate a lot whenever I had to do something, but then I have been able to overcome, and that is what I had a discussion just 2 days ago with someone I wouldn't like to mention, and the person said, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do that, and so many things to do. I said, did you start? You start, and then it goes on. So don't sit and procrastinate.
Yeah. I will take one more. Anshuman, Toastmaster Anshuman.
Well, I procrastinate about everything. My coping mechanism generally when I have to start doing something, I just first take a nice nap.
Okay, so much so.
Solves everything.
He was supposed to attend the area contest, was it?
Yeah.
And he didn't know that he was there. I mean, it was that day. Division contest. Like, so it's today, and then he came in and he won.
So yeah, I am, and even I've been procrastinating giving a speech for a long time. And finally today I've got the opportunity. It's not a good thing, I totally agree. And even I am trying to develop mechanisms to cope up with
Overcome. Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Anshuman. As someone said, the 1,000 miles journey start with one step. So first thing we need to take is some action, some kind of action. I used to have, I always think about writing the speeches. I will delay, but once I sit within 1 hour, I can complete the speech. This is what happening. But we are always delaying or postponing the things. Now let me go to the next session, which is prepared speeches. Today we have 4 brilliant speakers, and I want to, the first speaker, before calling upon the first speaker, I want to get his evaluator to read the purpose of his speech. Toastmaster Cruz, can you read the purpose?
Good morning. I'm evaluating Pramod, and his speech title is True Friendship, Strong Influences. His purpose is to influence the audience. So Pramod, you have to take up the stage. Sorry.
Stay. I will. Okay. The first speaker is joined Toastmaster 2 months before. So in every month he is giving one speech. That is a very good progress you are making. And he is an engineer by qualification and a passionate supply chain professional. He's in the Middle East for last 10 years. He worked in UAE, Oman, and Kuwait. Let us welcome Toastmaster Pramod. His pathway is presentation mastery. He is giving the second speech in level 1.
Yeah, price breakers first.
Okay. The title of the speech is Two Friends, Strong Influencers in My Life. Two friends, strong influencers in my life. Toastmaster. Yeah, Toastmaster Pramod. His timing is 5 to 7 minutes. 5 to 7 minutes. The stage is yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Jaishankar. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters.
Good morning.
And honored guests. Today, I'll be talking. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. Today, I'll be talking about a force in our lives, that is friendship. Let us think about our friends who had supported us, who cried with us, who laughed with us, and sometimes, yes, maybe challenged us as well. So I'll try to take you through my life journey, how friends have played a key role in my life as influencers. I remember my childhood friend Ketan since kindergarten. So today it's more than 37 years. We are still in contact with each other. And we grew together, we played together, we studied together, but very less in terms of studies, but more of fun. And since my childhood, as he was talking about procrastination, preparation at last moment, this is one habit which I believe I should change. Even this happened with today's speech also, which I prepared last night at last moment. Even I couldn't share this with my mentor. Please accept my apologies for that. I remember one incident during our school days when I was in 8th standard, and my friend's bicycle was stolen from our school. So it was late in the afternoon, and we were about to leave for home, and we just see Ketan's bike is not there. I believe we were in 8th standard, and coincidentally, there was a police station next to our school. And we went to police station to complain about the bicycle. I know it's funny, but just for a small reason, we thought, okay, why not go there, because there was no one in the school. And we registered a complaint, and around 4 friends, we went all together. And we were waiting, police asked about details like what color of bicycle, where did you park, and all these things. And to our surprise, after half an hour, one guy came with the same bicycle and said, yeah, take your bicycle. And he was our office boy from the school. And then he apologized and he said, I'm sorry, I did not tell you. And I took your bicycle for some work and it is returned back. But keeping aside this funny moment, since our childhood, then we learned, okay, we need to be together in good times and bad times. Again, about today's speech, I remember PM Jaishankar was continuously in touch with me. Is your speech ready? Is your speech ready? And I was running behind time, and last moment I prepared as per my habit. But I must say this is one of the best examples, like how our friends influence us, and he encouraged me, okay, you should participate in this. Moving on, I would like to share one incident from my college days when I was studying my engineering diploma, that is 10+3 after 10. And it was in India, Aurangabad city in Maharashtra. And I was standing with my friend Yogesh. So it was our private tuition balcony. And I was just standing next to Yogesh. And I did my engineering in mechanical. So production mechanical branch, I'm not sure new kids will know, but 80s kid, yes, these were like called as one of most boring branches or dry branches because anybody can guess. Mechanical and production. Girls will take admission for IT, computers and all. So we were standing together and waiting for our class. And one of girl from our college, but from other branch, computer, she was passing by. And those days, when two-wheeler scooty was very popular in that. And she was just about to start her bike and leave from there. But this friend, Yogesh, who is a little crazy guy, he shouted and prompted her name. And there is one Marathi song like Ashwini, and her name was also Ashwini. So sorry to take this name, but yes, then he said, "Hey Ashwini," and then she stopped and looked in the balcony. Immediately, my friend turned like this. Why you do this? And I was like shocked. And she was looking at our gestures and said, "I know, please don't do this." Like, and she watched this. And our bad luck, she raised a complaint to our principal. And same day I get called from principal office that principal wants to meet you. I don't know from where she found our name, but she knew like maybe these students are from production branch. But the moment my friend realized it is going to become serious, he came to principal's office along with me and told principal, no, it was me, not Pramod. So again, this is one of fun incidents where we cherish this friendship moments, and it was really helpful. Let me share one more incident which I thought I should speak about today. It was during my engineering degree. I studied in Pune, and one of my roommate, fortunately, I was lucky to have sincere people around me, and my nature like preparing at last moment, so that we need to change. So one of my roommate who started studying 3 months before the exams, prepared all notes, everything. And last 4 or 5 days before exam, I said, hey, I request you to please give me your notes. And then we made photocopies, and I started studying only from those notes. So just prepared for 3 days, and we appeared for exam and the day of result. So with all due respect, my friend who studied 3 months in advance, he scored 67 in the same subject. I remember subject name is Strength of Material Song. And he asked me, what is your score? My score, fortunately for me, unfortunately for him, was 74. So you might have seen that Bollywood Indian movie, Three Idiots. Yeah. So he was less happy for his score, but more upset about my score. But keeping this aside, yes, again, the message is that I give full credit to my friend because of whom I could reach that score. So to summarize this, let us cherish these friendship moments which are very powerful in our lives. And that's all from my side. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pramod. Wonderful speech. You would have, if you spent 1 or 2 days, it would be a great speech actually. Now, before calling the second speaker, let me call the evaluator, TM Ryan. Please give the purpose of his speech along with the timing.
Good morning to the sponsors once again. And yeah, so I'll be evaluating TM Ronald. He's my speaker for today. He'll be doing his project 2, level 2 speech. And the purpose of this project is for the member to deliver a speech with awareness of intentional and unintentional body language, as well as to learn, practice, and refine how he or she uses non-verbal communication when delivering a speech. I would like to wish my speaker the best of luck.
Our second speaker is an engineer with an MBA. He has been in Middle East from since 1992, and now currently he is a head of sales for HAF Holland, SAF Holland, Middle East, as a head of sales for GCC and African region. I am welcoming Toastmaster Ronald to the stage.
Thank you. Thank you.
His speech title is A Night to Remember. A Night to Remember, Toastmaster Ronald. The stage is yours.
Thank you. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests once again. Now, my speech title, A Night to Remember. Can you all guess what does Night to Remember? What the content of the speech could be? Okay. I think you're close to what I'm coming to tell you. Okay, so this thing comes from the 1960s. That's when I wasn't even born. My elder brother was born, and mom is in the hospital with my elder brother, and my dad visits my mom, and he's coming home. And those were the days where street light was only a suggestion. Street light was almost non-existent. He comes, gets down from the train, and pitch darkness. So he says, okay, smoke. He's walking. Suddenly, he gets a feeling that there is somebody behind him. Just an imagination. He says, oh, Then he turns back, and suddenly he feels that there's a car bumper almost touching him. He just jumps out of the way, go to see a car full of musicians. Those musicians who used to play band during the wedding and all. That car has come in not on the main road, but on the side of the road where he's walking, just about to touch him. He just jumps out of the way, and then he's like scared. What next? Because those were the days where a lot of ghost stories used to be around. Somehow gathers his courage, shouts at them. They are not bothered because they are blaring, singing, and all this kind of thing going on. They don't care. He just go away, and he says, okay, he's done for the night. He just again lights another cigarette, walks up, and we used to stay in a very small villa community. We had about 8 villas. They were about 300-400 meters apart. On one side, we had the entire forest land, and on the other side was my dad's factory, means company. This was company quarters basically. So we were there. He just walks up to the main gate, and then the security, salam sir, yes salam, just walks. He's walking, and then he has to walk for about 300-400 meters till he reaches our villa. So he's just walking as if, now the security is there, now I'm more secure because somebody else is there. As he walks about maybe 100 meters, 150 meters, suddenly out of nowhere, one man just jumps up, and my dad is like taken aback. Sir, can I have a lighter? Now my dad has already smoked 2 cigarettes. His lighter is in his pocket. And then he looks around. He says, as he was a no nonsense, like in the past, our parents had that different kind of an attitude. So he just looked at the guy and just walks. 1 step, 2 step, turn back, the guy's missing. And then it was winter time. He starts sweating. Somehow he gathers courage and starts walking towards the villa. And this was around 12:30 in the night. So everybody's asleep, not a single soul. You have some dogs barking here and there. You can imagine the scene around, how it can be. And the man has already faced 2 things before he's reaching his house. He reaches the house. opens the door and he says, okay, fine, now I'm in a safe place. He comes in, slides into his bed, bedsheet on, and he says, oh, now I'm done. 10-15 minutes while he's just about to fall asleep, suddenly some strange noises start coming in the house. He's wondering what's this strange noise about. He says, okay, ignore it. Maybe, we had a dog, maybe a dog or a cat or something is making noise. He tries to, get back to sleep again. Then when the noise starts getting louder, now his fear starts increasing. He gets up and sits up on his bed. And just tries to, put a ear to what the noise is about. And then he gets to know that somebody is washing clothes in the bathroom. He says, who can wash clothes in the night? Oh, he puts the light on and then he's smoking away to glory to see when the sun rises. And fellow Toastmasters, it's not funny. You can imagine, put yourself into that situation. He's smoking. The minute the daylight comes, the whole night he hasn't slept. Next morning, he has to perform his duty for 8 hours at work. Gets up. He says, I will give a leave application. I'm not going to work today. Go straight to my mom in the hospital. He says, my mom's name was Clementine. Clementine, no way I'm going to stay in that house anymore. Either I'll come back when you come, or ask one of the company employees who stay far away, ask them to come and stay with me. So one of the employees volunteered. He says, okay, fine, I can come and stay with you. So the employee stays with him. And this is the story that he had told me. I haven't told my kids so far. I think this is the best platform to tell them, because they won't believe the life that we led in the 1960s and 70s. Today we are so comfortable. Life is, you don't feel all these things today, but that's how life was. They survived, and you can imagine how the life in 60s must have been. I tried to put it, give it that kind of old narration. I hope you have got this thing. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ronald. What a wonderful speech. The story belongs to your father, right?
Yeah.
So now, the next speaker, before calling the next speaker, let me ask his evaluator to read out the purpose and timing of his speech. DTM Anida, please read the purpose of his speech.
Okay, just mute that. Still it will be audible, it's okay. Good morning, everyone. The purpose of the project is for the member to practice using a story within a speech. Timing is 5 to 7 minutes. Good luck.
It's audible now? Ma'am, is it audible now?
Yeah, she says yes.
Hey, Anshuman, just jump, man. Don't be such a chicken and just jump. That was Mr. Peter. I hated Mr. Peter. But more than him, I hated my mother for sending me to Mr. Peter. You see, Mr. Peter wasn't asking me to jump down a kiddie slide into a nice big soft pile of sand. What he expected me to do was take a plunge into the deep end of a 4-meter deep swimming pool. The thing is, I joined Mr. Peter amongst a group of 20 kids, all with the same intention of learning swimming. While the other 19 learned and were swimming happily like free fish in the sea, there I was, yet again, left out, still flat, duckling in the pond. Every day, same story. Suffer at swimming class, go home and plead to my mother, Amma, please don't send me back there again, please. But you know moms and their way with words. All she said is, Mone, but swimming is such an important life skill that you must learn. And besides, tomorrow when I grow old and you take me on the most expensive cruise in Europe and that ship happens to sink, who will save me money? It's incredible how she could cook up such a scary yet adorable story at the same time. And besides, what are lifeguards for anyway, right? Anyway, I just told her, Mom, the way that guy throws me into the deep end, soon I won't have my own life to save your life. After weeks and weeks of throwing tantrums, my mother finally gave up. And I succeeded at what I always did best back in the day. I quit. Good morning, Toastmasters and guests.
Good morning.
Let me introduce you to 11-year-old Anshuman. He predominantly excelled at 3 things. 1, fear. For some reason, I was afraid of meeting anyone new or doing anything new. As my parents used to say, a tiger at home, a mouse the moment he steps out of that door. Second, I was a compulsive quitter. Swimming was just one among many things my parents tried to introduce me to. Each time, I convinced myself, I cannot do it, I don't want to do it, and I quit. And these 2 things gave rise to a beautiful third trait. Not so beautiful, actually. A lack of self-belief and self-confidence. A feeling that I am not good at anything. But my father, a very silent personality when compared to my mother, I guess the recipe to most successful, healthy, long marriages, was quietly taking a note, mentally taking a note of the proceedings. Little did I know that he was formulating a plan to tackle his boy's running away mentality. The following year, when we visited India as a family during our summer vacations, he introduced me to an old friend of his, Mr. Baradan, or Baradan Masha, Masha meaning teacher in Malayalam. He was no ordinary teacher. He was a retired Air Force pilot and a champion swimmer back in his days, who spent his retired life teaching young kids in my hometown how to swim. Baradan Masha had a towering personality, even for that age, tall, well-built, thick beard, and a nice long handlebar mustache. Something that would make any of those old 90s Bollywood villains feel proud. He looked me in the eye and asked and said, your father says you have a trouble learning swimming. Tell me one thing. Do you want to learn swimming? In my mind, I was saying, no, especially not from you. But looking at that intimidating face, all I could muster was a faint yes, sir. he, in a very simple yet effective manner, taught me to eradicate my fear by moving from the deep end step by step, by realizing learning swimming was not my problem, but my fear of the deep end was the issue. I gained confidence to take that plunge into the deep end of the swimming pool. Even today, I can remember what a liberating feeling I had, telling myself, whoa, that is so cool. I can't believe I just did that. And while parting ways, he told me, you have it in you. Don't ever let this talent go. And from then on, I became an ardent swimmer. I never let go. I worked on my speed, my technique, and soon became part of my school swimming team. And that gave me the confidence that I too am good at something. Even years later, when I had a serious injury on my left knee, and which required surgery, and shut down the doors for possibly any physical sport, a truly crushing feeling, I turned back to swimming. I retrained myself to gather strength in that knee and gain trust over it, just like how Mr. Bharathan taught me back in the day. And believe it or not, last year, I completed a 1 kilometer swim in an open swimming meet at sea, finishing first in my age group category. A truly proud moment in my life, considering the pain and suffering I had been through a few years back. Every time, you might be thinking, like, this is no extraordinary story. Every second person knows swimming. But swimming is special for me. The reason is, it gave me the confidence and it gave me the courage. And it serves as a reminder. Whenever you are masked with uncertainty, look into the future. See how this thing will benefit you. That in itself will motivate you to overcome whatever it is you're procrastinating about and plunge into the deep end. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anshuman. What a wonderful speech. Once upon a time, lion at home and mouse outside. Then how you become a lion outside also. Wonderful speech. Give a good round of applause. And till now we have had 3 ardent speakers. Now we are going to the 4th speaker. Before going to the 4th speaker, I am going to the evaluator to read out the purpose along with the timing.
My assigned speaker, Toastmaster Prasad Kadam, is doing his presentation mastery pathway, and he is attending his project level 4, level 3, sorry, and speech 1. His time is 5 to 7 minutes. The purpose of the project is for Toastmaster Prasad Kadam to understand the types of persuasive speeches and deliver a persuasive speech over here.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sindhu. Our 4th speaker is a member of 2 clubs, New Start Toastmaster Club and Eant Toastmaster Club. Had served many club roles, including President, VP, past area 31 Director, currently serving as a Division A PQD, working as Expert Solution Architect at Ethiclab. I am welcoming Toastmaster Prasad to the stage. Toastmaster Prasad, we organized Toastmaster Prasad. Over to you.
Raise your hands. Have you ever ever been late to a meeting or your office or to any place just because you could not find your keys, your mobile phone, or even your socks? Now, how many of us here have a special place to keep our important things? And over a time, that special place becomes so messy that it takes hours to find your important things. No need to show all this. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good morning.
Being organized is not only about just taking care of your wardrobes or your desk. It's about a way of your life, living. How do you manage your time? How do you manage your day-to-day activities? So now when you are not organized, it leads to wasted time. It leads to your higher stress levels and even many activities just by being late. And there have been a survey conducted by National Association of Professional Organizers, where 55% of the people said they could have saved nearly 1 hour a day if they would have been more organized. Just think, staggering 6 weeks a year could be saved just by being more organized. I'll just give an example from my life. 3 years back, we had shifted to a house. So my wife gave me a designated place in the wardrobe, and she told me this is the place where you have to keep your shirts, your t-shirts, trousers, and all. I said, okay, we'll do. She said, no, please make sure you will not spoil it. I said, okay, sweetheart, I will make sure. Then it started well. After a few days, I kept my untidy t-shirt in a place where it was to be a shirt, and like that, it was just becoming messy. And after some days, I could see it had my laptop cables there, and my headphone was there, and whatnot. Even my Toastmaster, all the documents and all trophies, everything was there. So it went to like it became so messy. Then after maybe just 2 months back, a volcano had erupted in my house in the form of my wife's anger, and that really has such an impact on that. I said no. That day only I just made sure at least I will be this organized and start with my this wardrobe. So that day I made sure okay, I keep all the things as it was planned. And that one activity from that day, which started with organizing the wardrobe, it leads to organizing my car and organizing my workplace. So that's how like one and then it had a very positive impact on my the overall life. We are like I was going to like health issues and lack of time management. That one thing it led to like I noted on my priority task and consider tasks which are more important to me that time. Then I started to work on that, like starting with my health. So last 2 months I have given more priority to my health. So then like it really had a good the impact on my the overall life. Today I will share 3 ways how we can organize our how we can be more organized. First is organize our space. Cluttered desk is a sign of a cluttered mind. And the organized and clean workspace promotes productivity, and as well as it will reduce the distraction. So always start with this small thing like to just organize your desk, or just prepare some just like write down a scheduler for your task. Now just imagine if we had to spend a large amount of time to just find a thing which we had lost. If the same thing would have been organized, you could have saved at least half of the time that you waste by finding a thing in a unorganized space. Next is to organize your time. As we all know, time is the most precious resource. So once lost, it cannot be taken back. So plan your just prioritize your task and break big projects into a smaller achievable task, and take each task at a time and give them designated business slots in a day. So in this way, you can manage very properly, and you can do your work in a less time, and you can have more time for the things you love to do. And the third one is to organize your mind. A cluttered mind is as dangerous as a cluttered uh, person. So here we can organize your mind by practicing mindfulness, journaling, or even by meditation. When your mind is organized, you can focus much better on your work, and organized mind leads to better decision making, and it will increase your productivity. To conclude, organization is not about just being just clearing your desk. Is more about your time managing your time effectively and planning your task well in advance. And today I just want to challenge you all to just take one step towards being organized. Start with small, like just clearing your workspace, or just start with the meditation of 10 minutes to just clear your mind. So once you being organized by organizing your time, space, and your mind, it can lead to a more productive life. So let's take control of it and have a most productive life. Let's be organized. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Professor. When I heard your speech, it was resembling to my life also. And I'm sure you have given more idea for not procrastinating or avoid procrastination than me now, till now. I never give a single idea. Let me give 1 minute. I didn't give for others. Let me give 1 minute pause to give the evaluator to point out, note down. And also, I am requesting everyone to give your feedback to all the speakers, because it will help them to make a better speaker. Timer, give me, remind me after 1 minute. Kimberly, can you give the timers report? Kimberly, give the timers report. I didn't ask to phone. I was telling only the feedback. Voting, no. Timers report, yeah.
Anna took four speakers. Pramod took 7 minutes, 48 seconds. Ronald took 6 minutes, 50 seconds. Anshuman took 7 minutes, 30 seconds. And Prakash took 8 minutes, 24 seconds.
So only 2 people are eligible, correct? Only Ronald and Anshuman is eligible for voting.
Anyone?
Any-
Whoever voted.
Okay, then can we just have the two speakers vote?
Yeah.
No, you are.
No, Pramod took 7 minutes.
So 48 seconds and Prasad took more than 8 minutes. So only 2 speakers are eligible for voting.
Anshuman was on the dot, 7 minutes, 30 seconds. On the dot, exact 7 minutes, 30 seconds on the 30 on the dot.
Let me go to the next session of our meeting. Before going, till now I didn't give any idea how to avoid the procrastination. We are all facing difficulty in overcoming procrastination. So some of the general rule you already know, like to make a to-do list and do any activity based on the to-do list. And there is one principle, Pareto analysis. I'm sure all of you would have heard about it, which says 20% of your actions will give you 80% of the result. So you need to make sure you are concentrating on that 20% of your actions. And another one, in finance, we used to say opportunity analysis. So when you have a 2 kind of actions and you weigh the opportunity of taking or not taking one action, accordingly you prioritize your activity. Now let me go to the next session. This is one of the best session in any Toastmaster meeting. This is known as table topic section, or which is also known as impromptu speech. Impromptu speech session. I request Toastmaster Cruz to come to the stage. Toastmaster Cruz is very kind person, and he is the one when we don't have a venue. He was ready to give his location to conduct our meeting. And he is very new Toastmaster, 1 year. He is with the Toastmaster for more than 1 year, and he is less than 1 year. He is very passionate and energetic Toastmaster. You will see during his table topic session. Welcome, Toastmaster Cruz.
Thanks, Jaishankar,
Stage is yours.
for the wonderful introduction of mine. Are we taking a break, or are we taking a break after the table topic? You all know table topic is a very important topic and a very exciting topic in the entire Toastmasters. First and foremost, there are a few things which you have to understand. What is table topic? Table topic is art of improvisation. Thinking on the feet. What are the 4 basic objectives? Listening. Second, thinking. Then
Framing.
observing. And the third one is speaking, putting into practice, basically. So these are the 4 things which you have to know. So if you know these 4 things, you are done. So what is the table topic today? Anybody? I want 4 or 5 people. I put a chick over here. I will call on Kimberly. I will call on Shrikant. 1, 2, Ryan, Pramod, Nelson. Come, fast. Fast. 1, 2, 3. Jaldi bhai.
There's Anjali also on the.
Yes.
Pick one first, Ronald. Come, Nelson, I got you. And according to the number, please come over here. See the number is there. First.
-7.
Go back. First, who's first number? Who's number one? Number one. Ronald, how do I know if I am
Procrastinator. Yeah, procrastinator. Okay.
Don't open your thing on foot.
Yeah.
Go there and open it.
Yeah, good morning, fellow Toastmasters and our wonderful guest once again. How do I know if I'm a procrastinator? If I'm a procrastinator, I am not able to make a quick decision. I'm always thinking of what next. And I keep thinking of it, what is going to happen, but I sit here and do nothing about it. So this exactly used to be the situation earlier, where decision making was never done, only thinking of all the obstacles that can come ahead, thinking of the problems, not the solution. This was how it was in the past for me. Many a times when we go for shopping, you see a lot of choices of t-shirts. After going into the shop for about 15, 20, 1 hour, and I'm not able to make a choice. And my wife says, why do you take such a, even ladies don't take such a long time. That I should think for myself, I mean, what am I looking for? I myself don't know. But then, slow and steady, you have to make a change. Because sooner or later, you have a family, you're heading the family. If a head of the family is procrastinating, you can imagine what happens behind. So you need to lead by an example. You need to take that decision to think on your feet, as Toastmaster Cruz said. Yes, today I'm in a situation where I don't think twice to take a decision. The decision today I take is yes or no. There's nothing in between, because yes can be wrong, but do it, because if you don't go to the next step. That's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ronald. Thank you for the wonderful speech. Number 2. You've seen it?
Yes.
Very good. What type of task or activity do you tend to procrastinate on the most?
Good morning, Table Topics Master, fellow Toastmasters. I love to cook, and I can cook as much as I want or as anybody else wants, but I hate to clean and to organize my place and my wardrobe and my kitchen and my house. And that's the thing that I tend to procrastinate the most. So as soon as I have time, I would go and do the dishes, but cleaning up the places or putting the containers back in its place and cleaning up those places, that's something that I procrastinate. So what I would do to escape that is quickly think of something that I can bake. So, I love to bake, and that is kind of therapeutic for me. And I would end up baking. And after my baking session, I would be so tired that I will tell myself that I'm very tired now to organize, and so I will go and rest. And this continued on and on in my life. And it was only recently that I got on to this concept of growth mindset, and that is when I realized that, okay, if I have to overcome this disease of procrastination, this terrible disease of procrastination, I have to move on from my comfort zone to something that I don't like. And so I started telling myself, the more I bake, the more I will eat sugar. And the more I eat sugar, it is not going to do me any good. And hence, I kept aside my baking sessions and I moved on with my cleaning sessions. So I would take a small space, whether it is my watch place or my perfume place, whatever it is, this small space, I would first try and do that. And I will realize that it takes only 2 minutes. And I pat myself that, okay, Sindhu, you've done it, good job. And I will finish with that for that day. And then the second day, I will do another part of my wardrobe. So that has helped me to move on from my procrastinating, and I hopefully would overcome it and become more and more better at it. Thank you. Over to you.
Thanks, Sindhu. It was wonderful. I love eating, and I'll come to your house to eat. And after that, I'll give you a spray also to clean because I prepared one spray which I'll be giving you soon. Number 3. Nelson, you seen it?
Yeah, nice. Number 3.
Okay, no, the inside part.
Yes.
So should I read or you are reading?
No, it's
Okay, better.
Thank you, Toastmasters. Thank you, Cruz, Toastmaster Cruz, for this wonderful question, which is, why do you think people procrastinate? Now, this is a word which I came to know recently, very recently. Yesterday itself, I came to know that there is a word known as procrastinate. Mr. Toastmaster Jaishankar told me that you should not use this word for the word of the day. Now, I knew that there is something, I knew that when I went through this procrastinate word, I came to know the meaning of the procrastinate. But actually, I used to know this word as something different. It's called laziness. That I used to know. Now, for me, I'll tell you about my life incidences and why is it so important to me. My life was not organized as everyone, and I have understood that this cannot go on. So I have started doing to-do list. Now, to-do list, there are like 10 or 7 to-do list I make, in which I usually do the easiest one initially, because it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I start doing it. And by the end of the day, it's 1 or 2 remaining. I start to complete it. But then earlier days, how it used to happen is there is a thing called stress and adrenaline rush. So when people are in stress, they generate adrenaline, and which helps in completing some task on a very shorter time and with more efficient way. So I think that is one of the most reason most of the people use that stress level, adrenaline level to complete their immediate action on the time. So thank you, Cruz.
Thanks, Nelson. Lovely. Number 4. Toastmaster Brian. Have you seen it? No. You haven't seen it? So okay. So I'll read it for you. How does procrastination affect your life or work?
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. So, how does procrastination help my life and my work? So, I procrastinate a lot. I think I would say I'm a pro procrastinator. And if anyone had to rate me out of 10 to be a procrastinator, I think somebody not would give me a 10, they would give me a 20 out of 10. Because I procrastinate a lot. So, while procrastinating, I realized that I always keep things for the last minute. 1 day before, 2 days before, even if the project is given 3 months before, I will do it only 2 months before. And over time, I realized that it's a boon and a bane for me. Boon, how? Because for some reason, I only work well under pressure. Like if there's no pressure, I'll be cool. And my friends would be like, aren't you worried? I mean, worried for what? We have a project in 1 month. Seriously? Whatever. That's me. But over time, I realized that even though that drives me, that motivates me, and that actually gives me the drive to do something and achieve something great in that project or even in that exam, I realized that you're not always giving your best when you're procrastinating and you're doing and keeping this for the last minute. Because I realized that things that I wanted to include in a project, in an assignment, I really couldn't do it. I really didn't have the time to do it. And many times I had to sit up late in college, in university to complete that, and I still couldn't put in my 100%. So yes, procrastination does play a role negatively and sometimes positively in my life, in my work and in my life. But I would definitely vote against procrastination. What steps I would take to overcoming this problem and this disease of procrastination that everyone has mentioned right here? Plan. Plan means think, try to finish off the things beforehand. And as a great friend of mine once said, I don't know if I'm sure everybody knows Hindi. Bhai, khatam kar, janjat khatam karo. Yeah. So that is what he taught me, and I wanted to finish that first. That is the best thing to do so that you can leave more time to do the other hobbies, activities, or develop some new skills. Thank you.
Thanks, Ryan. Who's the next? Who's the next? Shrikant, you come. We're running short of time, so now I don't know. People are just feeling shy about it, I suppose. Did you go through it? No. Very good. Very honest man. Can you share an example of a time when you procrastinated?
Good morning, everyone. Such a good question. I do it all the time, to be honest. Not the first time. Even I've been thinking about joining the Toastmasters from quite a while. And then and I mean, it's almost 2 years, to be honest, thinking of joining some Toastmaster club. And then it happened that I saw Rupesh thing on the LinkedIn, and then it took me, and then now I woke up that I need to do something. And then last week or last Friday, I started taking some action towards joining the Toastmasters club.
Thank you, Shrikant. Wonderful. Join the Toastmaster Club as soon as possible. Next. Anybody is there next? Okay, fine. You're there? Come on, Kimberly, you want come, Kimberly? She always asks me lots of questions. You read this? Yes. Okay, no problem. Toastmaster Kimberly, is procrastination hard to overcome? Toastmaster Kimberly.
The question is procrastination hard to overcome? Well, it's hard to overcome for many people, right?
Very true.
Well, let me tell you about this story once. I gave my speech last time. You may think that, oh, I planned, right? I gave the perfect speech. I won an award. I planned. Nope, I didn't. Actually, one day before, I actually wrote a speech. I just edited a few things, put it over there, memorized the speech, came here and gave the speech. And you all thought it was good. Even in other ways, I procrastinate. I guess it runs in the family, right? So, yes, procrastination, everyone has. But then procrastination happens because you have distraction. When you have distraction, you have procrastination. Yes? Take away the distraction. Take away phone, take away laptop, take away everything. Do it. Whoever posts on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, leave it. Tell them I'm doing job, do it. Thank you.
Thanks, Kimberly. Over to you, TM Modi, Jaishankar.
What a energetic session by Toastmasters. We have a big round of applause to Toastmasters. We'll take a break. Okay. Kimberly, please give the timing report.
Ronald took 1 minute 50 seconds. Sindhu took 2 minutes 15 seconds. Nelson took 1 minute 32 seconds. Ryan took 2 minutes 17 seconds. Shrikant took 30 seconds. And I took 1 minute 19 seconds.
Which means all are eligible for voting. Please cast your vote.
Yeah, please pass on the votes here, please.
कौन-कौन आया नहीं? Multiple topic के लिए.
We will take a short break.
Yes.
Anurag? Or continue?
Okay, we take a short break.
Short break, okay. 10 minutes.
Just inform me exactly where we are. We'll take about 5 minutes.
Hi, Toastmaster Anjali, we will take a 10 minutes break.
Yeah, sure. I'll be online.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
Come on. Anshuma, nice to see you here. After a long time. Thank you, guys.
Today I didn't know.
Here, what is the
He's brought up over there. Bombay.
Fastest TMOD, yeah.
Fastest TMOD.
budget for the child seat. You don't like, I just took a very big person. I think come, I don't take it.
यार एक ही बार स्विमिंग किया, दो तो काट किए हैं वो यार ठीक है क्या करें
Anshuman, one question paper leak I want from your speech. Can you come here?
I'm sure you make it better than this.
No.
Huh? No.
I don't think so.
So when are we invited OB sectors right?
Last 2 months, he and me were not because we were not seeing.
Okay.
Your manual.
They are online waiting.
Everyone, please sit. Let us start again. So, to overcome procrastination, I will say we need to give deadlines on our task. Even a self-imposed deadline will help us to meet our target. The second thing, what you can do, there is one book called Eat That Frog, which is by Brian Tracy, who is saying if you have to eat the frog, you have to eat the ugliest one, which says that take the hardest and most important task. Okay. Now let me go to the next session, which is evaluation. our first evaluation also done by Toastmaster Cruz, who will be evaluating Toastmaster Prasad's speech. Pramod. Toastmaster Cruz, stage is yours. No introduction because you already introduced.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I suppose you all are full now.
Yes.
So now we have to just listen to me again, once again, so you can digest a little bit. Pramod, I'm evaluating Pramod. Pramod had a wonderful speech. True friend, strong influence in his life, and I suppose the audience. He had three type of humor, Ketan, Yogesh, and his engineering friend. Wonderful. The humor was there. The humor was there in all the three speeches. We just go to see. There was humor in all the speeches. I really loved it. And I seen Pramod from the time he has joined, and I can see him improving every speech what he has done. And I think so. This is the third speech which he has given, the second, and he has done much better than the previous speech. And in his impromptus and other things, I was just seeing him doing it very great. Pramod, only the thing basically, otherwise you are perfect in your speech. Only I was very sad that you were disqualified. My hearty apologies for you. And believe me, the way you apologized the DTN, the president, in the meeting, that was too good. Huh? I mean, otherwise, nobody can do that, apologizing in the front of the crowd. That was outstanding, out of the world. Just a little bit, a minor thing, basically, yeah, move a little bit, and don't hold it. Don't hold hand. Be open. Leave it loose. Hand won't go anywhere. Nobody's going to take a hand. Relax and just do it, and nothing else. Because this, you should have gone a little bit more, with your friend Yogesh or Ketan or engineering friend. So the three different sections you would have given, it would have gone a little bit more better. That's it. And I suppose I'm sure you'll, in the next meeting, I will see some changes in you. And all the best to you, and God bless you.
Wonderful evaluation, Toastmaster Cruz. Next, I'm calling Toastmaster Ryan for evaluating the speech of Ronald, Toastmaster Ronald. Toastmaster Ryan, the stage is yours.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters again. Today I'll be evaluating my target speaker, Toastmaster Ronald, for his project Effective Body Language. As stated earlier, the whole purpose of the speech was to deliver a speech with awareness, intentional, unintentional body language. So main purpose was to show body language. Now, Toastmaster Ronald, what I really liked about your speech is that you had a very good starting. You engaged very well with the audience, and you started by asking the question, what do you think is my topic? Which kind of gave a sense of curiosity to the audience. So that was pretty engaging. So plus points to that. Good on that. I liked how you use the stage. I liked how you use the stage presence, walking around here, hand gestures. That was pretty good. So it helped the audience connect and relate with what you're speaking. Hand gestures were pretty good. Your speech was incredibly well structured. It started off and you built in the anticipation. So many people, they make the mistake of just going in directly to the speech content. But no, you started by introducing the topic. This is what happened. Then you went in depth. You narrated the story. You built up that anticipation, which kept the audience's eyes glued to your speech. So that is what I really liked. And I was pretty glued to your speech. Because I always wanted to know what was happening next. You gave the audience awareness. The audience looking and listening to your speech really had an awareness of what's happening because you kept that attention span and you grasped that attention. And you moved with purpose. Everything, whether you narrated incidents about your father, you moved. You showed him looking over his shoulders. That was pretty good. Now, with all these things said, all the good things, there's always a room for improvement. And while I think your speech was fabulous and phenomenal, one thing that I would have loved, and I think would have made your speech better, was your use of vocal variety. When you narrated incidents of scaring, you could have used your vocal variety by saying, "Oh, my father got scared." Oh, like that. Use your voice modulation. So kind of to set the tone for your speech. That would have given an added touch of emotion and would have made your speech more impactful. Other than that, I would like to congratulate my fulfilling all the objectives, and I'm sure that he would implement this feedback and would give a fantastic speech next time he comes around. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster, for your wonderful evaluation. The next evaluation is by TM Sindhu. Okay. Another next evaluator will be BTM Anida, who will be evaluating TM Anshuman. And the stage is yours.
Thank you, Jay. Good morning, everyone. Connect with storytelling. That was the objective of the speaker's Toastmaster Anshuman's speech today. Plunge into the deep end was the title. The speaker started with a dialogue between him and his ardent swimming coach. "Hey, Anshuman, just plunge." And I was just thinking this is a movie that's happening where Anshuman is running away after stealing mangoes in the farm. And his friends are saying, "Anshuman, no, come on, jump. Otherwise you're going to get caught." So I almost went there, And then I said, then it all became kind of a little cold when he said that this was his swimming coach who was only set to make him get into it, not jump in, but have to take a deep plunge. And our speaker was just not ready to do that, right? So I've listened to the story. It was all story and story throughout. It was very interesting. He kept me there. I was just watching him, and he's so involved because as a storyteller, you need to be involved first before you involve the audience with you. So he was there. He was there continuously. And why? Because it's his own story, or even if he's fabricated it, he's done a very good job. Now, there were incidents that actually validated his story, the message, what he was trying to talk about in his speech, wherein he aced in the 1K swimming marathon recently, because he took on to a thing which he feared the most and became an ace swimmer eventually because of his efforts. Now, the story went in very beautifully. There was validation all through. I enjoyed. The audience also, I could see, were grasped, totally glued to your story. And then how he was ardently resistant, how his coach pushed him to break his resistance. All this was unfolding as he spoke. Then he also introduced us to another coach of his, who was not a pushy person, but who identified his weaknesses and his strengths, or his shortcomings and his strengths, and said this, and introduced him to techniques which can actually help him breathe and not just jump, but take the plunge. And after that, there was no looking back for this speaker, for this swimmer. Now, what the speaker excelled at is definitely a good content writer, like something very native to him. He always has this catchy lines, like, they swam like free fish. I was flapping my wings like, a baby duckling. And then the dialogue between his mom and him, wherein he said that, "Mama, forget about me saving your life. If I keep going to this place, I might not even be alive," So these things, I've probably unquoted it a little bit. But then let's come to the objective of the speech. Yes, definitely you have properly met it. If you look at the other part of the speech, wherein you started with something called fear. The subject is fear. So your message has to revolve around the fear. Now, where we got lost is there were a lot of additions that happened in today, which was not necessary, like the comparison between your parents, or the dialogues between the different things that you excelled at, like procrastination, etc., which didn't add value to what you are trying to express, which is fear and how to overcome fear and what do you need from people to make you overcome that fear. So if you could have done that, yes, you have added value to the speech. So all in all, to summarize, I know I'm exceeding the time, that's fine, Kimberly. But to summarize, I would say keep the humor on. Don't waste it on unnecessary content because humor is needed. Try to start and end with the same object message in mind. So if it's fear, end with fear. That's how it should be done.
Thank you, Anila, for the wonderful evaluation. Our next evaluator is Toastmaster Sindhu, who will be evaluating Toastmaster Prasad. Toastmaster Sindhu is an educator, but she lives in Sharjah and she works with the GEMS Group. And the one thing she was procrastinating was to join to a Toastmaster club. Then finally she did in 2023. And when I interacted with her, I understood that she already in level 4. I also started Toastmaster in 2024. I could complete only level 1. So great job. Welcome, Toastmaster Sindhu.
Be organized. My assigned speaker, Toastmaster Prasad Kadam, took us through a nice narrative by trying to persuade us to be organized. Good morning, Toastmaster of the Day and fellow Toastmasters. As Toastmaster Prasad Kadam was started off with his raising of hands and asking us questions, he got us involved in this persuasive journey of his. I loved the way you used logic by providing us statistics about what harm it brings if we are not organized. We all are moved by emotions, logic, and we are all different people. So you made sure that all of us are involved in this persuasive journey by giving us stats and also by speaking to our emotions, by making us think what are the things that we are not organized and we would like to be organized. Keep doing that. That's a very good added value of yours. I love the humor in your speech. Such a humorous speech with personal story involving his wife and at home. What I could recommend over here is when you spoke about the mind, the journaling and the meditation, I would have loved to hear some personal experience wherein how did that help you? That would be a very good recommendation from my end. Something that you could improve was do not judge yourself, accept the way we are. If Toastmaster Prasad Kadam would not be having any judgment in his mind and he would just relax and speak what he had to speak, I'm sure the space would have been much faster and Prasad Kadam would have not been disqualified by overshooting the time. Bear that in mind. Just be yourself. And by being relaxed, you would have had a better eye contact and a more easier flow of words and at a faster pace. Something that I would want you to challenge yourself is your tone. You know, there could have been a high or a low, a dialogue with your wife. You know how wives would come and ask, Prasad, what is this you've done with your cupboard? Something like that would have added a more life to your speech. So bearing all this in mind, what you're doing is you're a wonderful storyteller, you are persuasive, you have met your target by persuading us to be organized, by giving us the stats, the harm that it does by not being organized. You could improve by being relaxed. Don't judge yourself, just accept the way we are. And by challenging yourself, by bringing in more in tone modulation and voice modulation, and also by bringing in more of a dialogue kind of a speech. And by recommendation that I gave you, that is using the personal experiences, how that improved you. Thank you. Over to you, President.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chintan. So basically, the evaluation is something which will help all of us to improve, not only the speaker. This will all enhance our skill also. Toastmaster Kimberly, can you give the timers report?
Toastmaster Crew, it was 1 minute 59 seconds. Toastmaster Rank, it was 2 minutes 49 seconds. Toastmaster Anita, it took 4 minutes 7 seconds. And Toastmaster Chindu, it took 3 minutes 43 seconds.
So two are not eligible. Anita and Toastmaster Kimberly.
Only me.
Ryan, you can vote for Ryan and Toastmaster Cruz. Please sit.
I never put paper. I never put paper.
Can I ask Toastmaster Nelson to give the weight master report?
Thank you.
Yes. Come to the stage.
Thank you, fellow Toastmasters. Thank you, Shankar. Today's word of the day was ardent, and it was used when we were in the Robin round. Other than the round, I only found 2 members who used the word. That was Toastmaster Anshuman in his speech and Toastmaster Jayshankar. And I would request all of you to use his word. It's a common word. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Nelson. Let me call upon Toastmaster Ryan to give me grammarian R report.
So today's meeting, everyone used a lot of good grammar, and I don't have a lot of complaints or points where people use wrong grammar. But obviously, there were some instances where sentences could have been framed better or proper grammatical mistakes could be corrected. So leads to wasted time, leads to wastage time could have been framed better, leads to a wastage in time. Then led was used to describe both the past and present tense, but
Okay, just a second. I think that phone, that computer got disconnected. Is it disconnected? Okay, so Anjali is still with us here. What I will do is, can the speakers come in here? We will use the system. Generally evaluated. Over, no, everything is over. Yeah, so just only yourself, that's all. Jai Shankar. You can call Anjali.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, can you start?
Yeah, They just go a little back.
Little back.
You people are tall, so it's like, yeah.
So the entire meeting was audited by one person. They were watching not with the 2 eyes, they were watching with the 3 eyes. One eye is their wisdom, and they are the general evaluator. So our general evaluator today, she is an educator by profession and a learner by passion. She is the VP at Basha Toastmaster Club. She has been living and working in Dubai for more than last 20 years. I welcome Toastmaster Anida to give the general evaluation.
Anjali.
Toastmaster Anjali to give us the general evaluation. Over to you, Toastmaster Anjali.
Okay. So first of all, am I audible? Just wanted to check that.
Yes, very
Yes,
much.
yes, you are audible.
Okay. All right. So my fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, very good morning, or no, we've not yet touched afternoon. So very good morning to all of you. First and foremost, I would really want to commend the club for a fantastic meeting today. It was really very well organized, had a flow which went on quite well from the beginning to the end. There were no hiccups, absolutely none, and the meeting was conducted quite smooth. We'll go stage by stage, and as I go on, I think I'll touch upon the positives and what could be improved in the same go. We're not going to have 2 sections of good, a positive, or what can be improved. To start off with, the Sergeant at Arms he was quite active, and he gave us an overview of what we are here for. He gave us a mission and the vision of the club, and he also oriented the guests as to where the location about the venue. Where's the washroom? Where's the exit? What do you do in case of an emergency? That was absolutely necessary to do, and he did it quite well. I really liked the idea of TM Kimberly coming up and sharing those a few steps of exercise that actually helped all of us to get up, and all the team members over there to get up and be really physically, mentally active, receptive to what was going on, what was going to be continued in the meeting. I would have preferred the Sergeant at Arms to also talk about the race, the values of Toastmasters as well included. You did a brilliant job. You had a lot of information, but this one bit could have been injected into that as well. Then we moved on to the President's address. DTM Anita Naidu, as usual, a very eloquent speaker. She gave a very broad overview of what is there in this meeting, the whole purpose in a nutshell of what we're going to do in this whole Toastmaster meeting. It was something that a new person, the guest here would have really got something out of this little snippet that DTM Anita gave us about the meeting. What are we going to do here? What is the purpose of Toastmasters meeting? How can you attend one? The whole idea in an overview was given very well. And then we moved on to the Toastmaster of the day. What a brilliant topic. I think that is something that we are all, it's of relevance to each and every member here. Procrastination, a fantastic topic. And throughout the meeting, the TMOD was very successful in stitching bits and pieces of the topic. He spoke about the Pareto principle. He spoke about a book. So it was the theme of today's meeting was very well stitched into each and every aspect of the meeting, of the entire meeting. So well done, TM Modi, fantastic job. Now moving on to the speakers. Oh, I would also like to say that the TM Modi actually broke down the agenda. That is something that I've not seen in many meetings, that the TM Modi actually tells you what are we going to do today. He broke down the agenda into the 3 sections. This is what we are going to do in section 1. This is what is going to happen in section 2, and so on and so forth. So that was a good thing. He introduced the role players, and he also notified the team of the change. That was a very positive point. Most often these changes are managed internally by the ExComs, or only the role players know about the changes, but he made it very clear and made sure that no one is confused. The visitors or the members or the speakers, no one is confused. That was done quite well. He was able to bring in more clarity into the proceedings of the day. I wouldn't talk about the speakers because the evaluators did a great job, but I would just like to mention that all the stories, very endearing stories, a cross-section of life, I would say, anecdotal stories, well narrated. The way one of the speakers set up the, he brought in the settings of this whole story of walking in the evening or at night, 10 o'clock, when there were no, street lights were not there, and how the whole narration was very well done. As one of the evaluators stated, it was as if we were watching a movie. The words, descriptive words were used, a lot of adjectives were used. Language use was exceptionally, it was noted, the exceptional language use was noticed. When I looked into it, the speakers are at, most of the speakers are a variety of levels, I would say. That was also an advantage to the club, that you were able to bring in 4 speakers at different levels. You had a level 1, a level 3 speaker, level 2 speaker, and an icebreaker speaker as well. So that is also quite commendable from the, I think the VP Education was able to get in all those speakers and encourage them to speak. So a big round of applause, especially for the team that got the speakers in. A table topic master. Tabletop is something that you've got shivers when you're called for your table topics. And sometimes when you are among the guests, you don't know whether you're going to be called or not. You are waiting for your turn. That comes as a surprise. So I would say that table topic thing shouldn't be revealed, that you're going to talk, and you're going to talk. Instead, it should come, it is impromptu speech, so it should come as a surprise to the speaker. The speaker should only know about it when his name is called or the card is handed on to him. But the table topic master, I would say that he was very encouraging. He called in people and he said, okay, you got to come, and you got to come, and you got to speak, come on, you can do this. That kind of energy was there. It was very positive, but the purpose of table topics is to get your speakers to speak there impromptu. Absolutely. You should be on your feet, and then you're given the card, and then that is when you speak. That is something that I would just that part. Otherwise, table topics were run quite well. One, I'm not sure if I missed that part, but I don't know whether when the table topics master was going on to the table topics, did we take a moment to remind the participants about the time? That this is when you get to see a red light, this is when you get to see an amber, and this is when you get to see a green. Whether that was done or not, I'm not sure, because I'm online. I may have missed, but if that was not done, that needs to be included. Evaluate now. Moving on to the evaluators. A fantastic job by the evaluators. a very thorough evaluation. All the details were observed and shared with the speakers. I'm sure each and every speaker and the listeners, the guests as well, will go back with a lot in terms of what to do and what not to do. I just have one piece of advice here, that when we give the feedback to speakers, we need to break it down into 2 or 3 parts. You need to have an intro, sort of giving an overview, then you go into the details, and you always have to wrap it up, recap with a summary. The summary, you should leave with the speaker with a message. What is it? Something should stay back, something should hit that person in his mind, in the sense, this is one thing that I need to work on, and this is one thing that I need to be proud about, and this is one thing that I did well, and this is one thing that I need to work on. Now moving on to okay, I think I need to mention this here about the word of the day. The word of the day is, it's not a usual word. It's not something that we commonly use. We do use the word passion, but ardent is something, it's a good word. It's a nice word to have in your bank of words, a vocabulary bank. The word master actually introduced the word. He gave a lot of details about the word. He gave the root of the word, the origin of the word, the meaning, and the example sentences. The round robin happened quite well. A lot of participation was seen in the round robin, but that kind of waned off. Probably it is a good idea, as the word master leaves the stage, to remind the participants to encourage the participants to use the word of the day in their speeches, in their conversations, in table topics, etc. So that kind of reminds them and get it going. I mean, you need to remind the team as a whole, the group, that there is this word and this needs to be used. That's one of the objectives for the day, that we need to try and use this word as much as we can. Something that I've seen other clubs do, and we also do it in Bhasha, is to clap or tap on the table to acknowledge the use of the word. So whenever you see a person using that during the speeches or during the table topics, you encourage that person, and you remind, when you encourage that person or acknowledge the use by clapping or tapping on the table, you're reminding others to use the word as well. So that would be a good strategy moving ahead, to ensure that the word of the day is not forgotten, is not lost during the proceedings of the day. Now the R and counter and the grammarian. I lost the connectivity as the grammarian was going on. He was describing. He started off quite well, and I do believe that there was a very thorough description or narration of what went on. It was clear that the grammarian observed language use. I got disconnected as the grammarian was actually talking about specific aspects that could be improved, or the mistakes or the errors that can be fixed. So that was also great. Overall, I just wanted to just go over and see if I've missed anything. Overall, fantastic meeting. Except for the timing. The timing was a little off here and there, but I think we are on spot in terms of it's 11:50. We started off a little late. We were running late throughout, but it's not like I don't think it is if we went over time, but it is good to keep that time as per the agenda. Right, so that's about from my side. Excellent job, and keep going. Fantastic stories. I thoroughly enjoyed the day, and I think I've become an ardent fan of your club.
Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anjali. I am sure you are an ardent evaluator. We will keep your points and we will definitely look into it and we will definitely make necessary changes. And now this is my concluding session. Before going, one more tip I want to give you. If you have a big task, break it down and go for the small task. So once you achieve the small task, you will have confidence and also you will be able to complete your task. Also, another tip is, as Prasad said, away from distractions. And nowadays we have all kind of distractions. We can see when a family is coming to a restaurant, we can see old people are looking at the mobiles. They're not, are they spending valuable time? No, I will. And now I want to conclude. You have two choices. There is a personal story. You have a Victor Hugo story. Whose story you want to hear? You want to hear the personal story?
Yeah.
Okay.
Victor Hugo, we'll get it on
You'll
internet.
get it. Okay. So I was a smoker. I used to be a regular smoker. I will go to the shop and buy one cigarette pack and one lighter. After 7 days, next day when I go to the shop, he will ask, "You bought lighter yesterday?" I said, "Yesterday I was thinking I will quit smoking, so I throw away both the cigarette as well as lighter." After 1 week, he understood. Every time I will go to the shop, I used to buy both cigarette and lighter. So this was fine. I used to smoke maybe 5 beginning. Then I become like a good smoker, like 10 cigarette I used to smoke. So this now last 15 years I used to smoke. So last time in April I went to home in India. So my mother was sick. So when she was in hospital, one of my cousin came. We went outside and we smoked and came to the hospital. So then she asked me, "Are you still continuing smoking?" I said, "No, Amma, I'm not taking regularly." But then she said, "You have smaller kids, you need to stop." I said, "Yes, I will stop." After some days, my mother passed away. And then I was thinking, I was pondering what I am doing. So once I came back here, first thing I did, I told my manager, I want to take 2-3 days leave so that I want to stop. I was procrastinating all these days. I want to stop cigarette smoking. So I didn't go for 2-3 days in office. I sit at home because in home I never smoke. I sat 2-3 days in office. Then from that day till now, I didn't smoke. So I completely, I am not, I can say I'm a non-smoker. I will never touch that also. Because before several times I used to smoke, but after 1 month I used to go back. But last 5-6 months, I didn't smoke one cigarette.
Wow.
So with that note, let me end up my TMOD session. Let me welcome DTM.
I'll get the ribbons and it's here. It's in my bag. Yeah, you can keep talking, Jason.
Okay, so in a summary, we all do feedback. So we all do procrastination, but all of us came to a Toastmaster meeting and spending time here and taking some role. That means we are doing a wonderful job. We are trying to avoid procrastination, and we are trying to improve ourselves day by day. And I'm sure all the Toastmasters who comes with a purpose, they want to get better in their life. The best thing what we can do is you need to have a definite purpose in life. As Napoleon Hill said, you need to have a definiteness of purpose and a burning desire to achieve that purpose. As long as you have these two things, you can do whatever you want. Or okay. Over to you, President.
Thank you. so much.
Thank you.
We're all in the dark over here, standing behind, in front of light. Okay, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. We finally hit the 12 button. We wanted to wind up before that. I have the winners list with me. I think where's the bunch of, okay. The best table topic speaker is a person who bakes and loves to eat. Can we call Sindhu on the stage? Congratulations. And can you have a picture? Toastmaster debate. The advantage of holding this is also we are taking it from somebody else. I know. Feel it. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you. Best speaker, no, best evaluator is Toastmaster Ryan.
No, I done before.
You done before.
Yeah.
He went a little, as though I know it all kinds. So he's doing his homework. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, that speaker, the person who took the plunge. Toastmaster Ryan. The procrastinators also win. Thank you so much. Congratulations, boss. Hello, hello. Can you have all the winners? Have the winners together, please. All the procrastinators. I mean, yeah, Sindhu? Yes or no?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, sorry. Thank you so much. Yes. So I'm just going to declare the meeting closed in a minute, but not before I thank Toastmaster Dr. Anjali. Anjali, your GE report has been very well noted. I've taken all the points down. And yes, small steps, even though we are how many years old? How many years old are we?
5.
5 years old, yeah. So June 30th, we completed 5 years, New Star Toastmasters. And the beauty is every time we're coming up with new people and they are all so different. This is one club I feel really proud because I'm a part of 3 clubs and I keep going club hopping. This is one club I love to listen to the speeches because there are clubs which do a lot of other fabrications, like, you know, they have on the lips for best for voting, they have certain things, they have a total, what is it called? Presentation for the Toastmaster of the day. There's so much that's happening. There's a lot of information that can come in from other clubs. But here, what happens specifically new starters, everyone is transforming. Okay, so we don't, I mean, they don't waste much time in other things. We're not actually putting seeds into those areas of creativity, probably which we're not, but rather the creativity is being vested inside the speeches. So be it the role players, like table topics today, of course, it's against the rules. I totally understand. And then one of the points before even the GE put in was, let's not ditch the traditional formats of role play, which is very important to us. However, having said that, I still feel that if you come into Toastmasters meeting, you come here to unwind yourself first, and then you look into the other parts of the things, of the strategies. But what I like today is 4 speeches, as the GE rightly mentioned, all 4 of them were so up to the mark. Yeah, I mean, they all met the objectives. They all had humor. I mean, humor is something which is not an easy thing. I mean, it doesn't walk into your speeches. Even the TMOD had humor. So it doesn't walk into your speeches just like that. You really need to have that nerve, you know, inside you. And Prasad, what a transformation. If I'm seeing Prasad after so many months, and this is what I'm going to get, I don't mind you going on a sabbatical again. Seriously, if that's what you need to come back with this. So I think it was fantastic. I felt, I mean, phenomenally an achiever. Like, you know, I'm sitting here and said, I'm so glad this club came into shape. This club took, was chartered even before I took the AD role. I was taking the AD role in July, and June 30th, we chartered this club. Everybody said, why don't you keep it until July? But then by then we had done about 5 demo speeches, demo meetings, and I said, no, I'm not keeping it because people are really waiting to have the real meeting. So that is the kind of passion we put in. Raghu is not here, he's the club mentor as well. We put in a lot. We sowed, and as the presidents came in, they all put in because that became the tradition of the club. So Raj is not here, Raj Lakshmi also. We all know what kind of stuff has gone into it, and we can see it happening here. Everything that, including leading of the club mission, I feel so proud when, people really respect what we are doing here. So I think we're all falling into that streamline, and eventually you become so liable, so native to your club, you can't leave it. So that's something which is beautiful about this club. Keep growing, keep transforming, and that's what we all need, right? Kimberly, you were fantastic as a table topic speaker. You gave that point which any simpleton would want about procrastination. Literally, she just gave us what is that point. She hit it and she came out. She said, "I'm not talking more than this. I've given enough." So children, they are the youngsters are all coming up with how to make of time. So thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, GE. Thank you, Sindhu. You're such a sweetheart. I met her only once, and then she called me and she messaged me saying, "Can I visit a club? Visit your club? Which is the club?" I think she wants to just see what kind of clubs are also existing in the vicinity. So, this is something which comes only from an ardent and a very passionate Toastmaster who wants to go and check it out. Please, thank you so much for taking up the role also and doing so much justice to you. You're a fabulous evaluator. And Cruz, you are a fabulous evaluator yourself, because that is what we need for, a speech which is just budding. So we need a lot of push-up, not back push-up, but then you have to push up. And a lot of encouragement. And Pramod, excellent. It just came from the heart. Pura 3 Idiots ka picture nikal raha tha. I could see that. So thank you each and everyone. And Shrikant, I just want you to come here quickly on the stage before I close the meeting and give us a feedback. Let's clap.
It's too much to a surprise that I need to give feedback. To be honest, this is very overwhelming. Too much to learn and too much to dive in. A lot I learned today that I need to unbind myself, how openly we can speak here, and then how we can stay stubborn. I mean, when the way we have to come out is like we need to see how we have to practice ourselves to come out. And then a best thing that happened to me is like the procrastination word, which I do a lot, and then I learned the ways to come out of it. And then the way everyone presented, the way everyone spoke here, and the best thing happened to Anjuman. It was very inspirative, like how to come out of your fear. And it's all overwhelming all the way.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot for the good day.
Thank you. So with the power vested in me as the president of New Start Toastmasters, I declare the meeting closed with the gavel in my hand. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Anjali. You can call it a day now with us.
It was a pleasure
Thank you.
being with you all. Thank you.
Happy
Bye.
weekend.
You too. Bye.
Yeah.